Hi girls, in this video I am going to explain you the concept of two-dimensional array in C. In my previous class I explained you about what is one-dimensional. Here today I am going to explain about what is two-dimensional array. The simplest form of multi-dimensional array is the two-dimensional array. A two-dimensional array is a list of one-dimensional arrays. To declare two-dimensional integer array of size x and y, you would write something as follows. Here in the two-dimensional array, there are two subscripts are present instead of one. So this one represents the row, the x represents the row size, here the y represents the column size. If you want to display data in the table format or in the matrix format, you need a two-dimensional array. So that is the concept here. This is the syntax of the two-dimensional array. Type means the data type of the data to be given, and then the name of the array. Within the here in the two-dimensional array, you have to mention the two subscript, one for the row size and another for the column size. Here the first one, x represents the row, the y represents the size of the column. Here this is the representation of the two-dimensional array. This is the column, this is a row. The combination of row and column is called a particular cell. Here this is a row 0, column 0. The matrix name is A. That is, this A of 0, 0 represents the first input of the table here. So like that you have to give inputs in matrix, and also you have to access data like this in two-dimensional array. So variable, again this is the definition for the two-dimensional array. A variable which represents the list of items using two indexes or subscripts is called two-dimensional array. In two-dimensional array, the data is stored in rows and column format, that is in the table format or in the matrix format. For example, this is another example of the two-dimensional array declaration. Integer represents the integer data type to be given as the input while running the program, and then the table is the name of the array, and the 2 represents the size of the row, and the 3 represents the size of the column. So this is the combination 2 into 3. There are 6 inputs you have to give during the execution of the program. So normally in the mathematics you have also knew about that the size of the matrix is multiply these two sizes, you get the size of the size of the input to be, number of input to be given during the execution. Like one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array is also declared before used. A two-dimensional array is declared as data type. This is syntax, data type, array name, row size and the column size. Okay. So here the data type here is the integer, array name is the marks, the row size here is 3 and the column size is the 5. So for this, in this example, there are 3 rows and 5 columns in the example represents. And then after the declaration, you have to initialize the values to the matrix. Initialization to be done by using the two methods. One is the assignment operator, second one is using the scanf, that is getting input from the keyboard. So this is in this slide I given the example for assigning values using assignment operator. This one is the first example. This is the integer, array name is the B, the row size is 2 and the column size is 3. So here this is the two set of values are given. This is the first row 51, 52, 53 and the second row is 54, 55 and 56. Okay. So here this is the detailed description of the data should be stored in the matrix. First B of 0, 0 represents the value 51. Second the 0, 1 represents the value 52. 0, 2 represents the 53. So like that the values are stored. This is the another format of initialization of data in the matrices. This is the matrix name, matrix or array name C, row size is 4 and column size is 3. So within the set of set brackets, the 4 different rows of data are given here. This is the input of the first row, this is the input of the second row, this is the input of the third row, this is for the fourth row. Okay, this is a 4 row, 3 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 3 columns, 4 rows. Okay. Here is the examples of the dynamic declaration of array. Within the square bracket, if you didn't give any size, it will take a dynamic value. If you give 2, it will accept 2. It will give if you give 3, it will accept the size 3. If you give the size 10, it will accept the size 10. So this is the dynamic initialization of the array in C. So this is a pictorial representation of the two-dimensional array. This is the table format. This is the row. This is the column. This one is the array name. This one is the row size. This one is the column size here. So column index here, row index here. In general format only, we mentioned the row size and column size. This is the each particular element. If you want to access from the two-dimensional array, you have to represent like this only. This is the array name. This is the row index. This is the column index. So this is also another example of the two-dimensional representation of data. So this is also accessing two-dimensional data from the two-dimensional array. AF0, 0 represent 1, AF0, 1 represent 2, AF0, 2 represent 4. Like that, the data is to be accessed and stored in two-dimensional array. So this is a matrix representation of the this is the matrix representation. This representation is explained here like this, initialize the values to the matrix. Okay, so this is the row size 2 and the column size is 3. So here the first row, this is the second row, 3 columns. Okay, so the first rows of data are given as the input here within the set bracket, and then the comma separator. Again the second set of data for the second row was given here within the set bracket. So this is the difference between the one-dimensional array and the two-dimensional array. In the one-dimensional array, it contains a single row and multiple columns. Girls, keep it in your mind that in the one-dimensional array, this is a single row and multiple columns. But in the two-dimensional array, multiple row and multiple columns. Okay. So this is the pictorial representation of the difference between the one-dimensional array and the two-dimensional array. This is the only one row, but you have 4 columns. But here there are 4 rows and 4 columns. So this is the example for the example of difference between the one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array. So this is the example program of the matrix addition. Here I'm get 2 inputs, 2 set of matrices, and add the 2 matrices and print the final matrix. Okay, this is the concept of the program. First you have to get the size of the row and size of the column. So here in this program, the nm means the size of the row and column. These are for the looping. For the loop, I used I and j values. This is the first matrix A, second matrix B, and the third matrix, the final result will be stored in the C. Okay. So first, this printf statement is the prompt message to get the row size. Here the n represents the row size. Here the m represents the column size. Within the for loop, I get the input for the matrix 1. In the second for loops, nested for loops, I am going to get the input for the second matrix. Okay. Now, so in this for loop, I am adding these 2 matrices, and the final result is stored in the C matrix. Within this for loop, I print the matrix by using the printf statements. Okay. Let's explain this manual for you for better understanding the concept of the matrix addition. Here the size of the row and column should be equal as 2 and 2. If you wish to give the matrix size as 3 and 4, like that, you have to give any of the size. But for the time consuming, I chosen the column and row size as 2 and 2. Okay. So here this is a first matrix I'm going to get here. Inside the for loop, the value of I is initialized as 1. 1 is less than or equal to 2. The condition is true. So it's entered into the inner loop. Here the inner loop is for assign the j value 1. Here the j is 1 less than or equal to m. So the condition is true. The first input is get. Here the first input is in the matrix AF1, 1. So the first value 2 is get from the input. Here after this input, the for loop, inner for loop incremented as 2. Again the condition will be checked. This is for the second for loop. Here the outer for loop in the true condition, so it remains that. But in the inner for loop, the value of j is incremented to 2 less than or equal to 2. The condition is true, so it's get the second input. So this is the representation of the input. This is the first value I get in the first iteration. Now this value a of 1, 2 A of ij, here the I value is 1, j value is 2. So A of 1, A of 2, the second input to A's get here. Like that the 4 inputs are get here. This is the third input, this is the fourth input. So the first matrix I get the 4 values, 2, 2, 2, 2. This is the input for the first matrix. So like that the second matrix also I get as the input, all 2's. So this is the A matrix, this is a B matrix. I am going to add these two matrices and the final output will be stored in the matrix C. So this is addition processing here. Again the for nested for loop, the value of I is 1, 1 less than or equal to 2, the condition is true. So it's entered into the inner for loop. Here the inner for loop is j is assigned to 1, 1 less than or equal to, the size of the column is 2, so it is also true. So it's entered into the for loop. Here I add the two matrix. Matrix means this row 1 column value same in the B matrix row 1 column value. Okay, so this is the A matrix, this is the B matrix. The value here is 2, the value here in the second matrix also 2. So A of 1 1, B of 1 1, that is added. The 4 is stored in the C of 1 1. So in the this is the result stored in the first row, first column in the output of the matrix. So this is the second matrix. After this statement is finished, the control go back to increment the j. Now the value of j is incremented to 2. Now the value of j is 2. 2 less than or equal to 2, condition is true. So again get into the loop. Now the value of I remains 1. J is incremented into 2. So the value of I is 1 and the value of j is 2. So this is the second value from the first matrix. Like that the second value from the second matrix. Okay. So now these two values are the one A of 1 comma 2, like that the where the value is stored in the after addition is also in the C of 1 comma 2. So here this is the value of I loop is 1, j loop is 2. So C of 1 2 and then A of 1 comma 2 and B of 1 comma 2, the value is added and stored in the place 1 comma 2. So this value, this one and this one is added and placed in the C matrix. Like that this two value is added and placed in the C matrix. So like that all the values are added and the final result will be stored like this, 4 4 4 4. Here this is for the printing the matrix. Again there is a nested for loop. This is now the value of I is 1, 1 less than or equal to 2, the condition is true. So it's get into the inner loop. Inner loop also true. So get into the inner statement of the inner for loop. Here the value of Cij, the value of I is 1, j is 1. So the value Cij 4 is placed in the first column. Like that all the data are print. Here I use the /t to give a space between the first input and the second input. And here this printf L new line operator is used to print the second. This is the first row, this is the second row. So I mentioned this printf here. So only this type of matrix format will be displayed. Okay. So I think you're all understand this concept, girls. I hope that you understand this. This is the concept of two-dimensional array. This is the example for the matrix 2. Thank you, girls.